stop. In your eyes, I see a fire lighting up as we're getting away. There's no going back, and I'm loving the chase. Where you go, I follow. We're not giving up, never hitting the brakes. There's no going back, and I'm loving the chase. We're not giving up, never hitting the brakes. There's no going back, and I'm loving the chase. I can hear my every heartbeat. I can feel the blood rush through my veins. You know, you know. Somewhere in the distance, the sun's coming up. Everything is blurry, the trees flashing by my side. My side, we're far ahead. The horizon never seems so close. The sky is red. We're not out of the woods yet, you know. Don't stop. In your eyes, I see a fire lighting up as we're getting away. There's no going back, and I'm loading the chase.
Hello everyone, welcome in. Just like last night, it's another new stream. We're starting something fresh off today. It's the Four Job Fiesta challenge. For those who are unfamiliar, the concept is to play Final Fantasy V using a bot to allocate the jobs we get to play as in the game. There's like a wide array of different jobs or classes you can play. And basically, you unlock them periodically through the game. There's 4 points of unlocking them. And as I reach those points, the bot will assign a new job to me that I can use. I've got to be only the jobs I've been assigned. So if I get given, say, Black Mage, for example, I've got to have 4 Black Mages until the second unlock. And then so long as I've got one of the next unlock and at least one Black Mage, the party formation's good. But I can't be anything else. So that's the general premise. Every year this comes about, and every year this is also for charity. Last year it was for like the house building thing in Palestine. This year it's about Planned Parenthood Federation in America. We all know there's like big issues over there about abortion rights right now. So this charity does more than just abortion, but right now they're kind of highlighting the crisis we're having over there. So it is a US based event, so of course the charity is going to be US based, but I've got the bot will drop the link regularly for folk who are interested, at least even just for awareness sake. And we've got a graphic and display as well. So without any further introduction, why don't we just we jump in and we start the game, because the longer it takes, the longer it'll take to get to the first job too. So there we go. As you can see, I've got the total raised over there in the corner and a little banner for the event too. Let's get this started. The game itself, of course, is Final Fantasy V. It's the 5th game. It was released on the SNES, I think in 95, I want to say. I might be wrong, but it's around, maybe... No, it's about that. The game wasn't released in English up until the PlayStation 1 port release, so... Unlike the other Final Fantasy games before it, it's a little bit lighter hearted. It's a bit of a comedy, I say in a loose sense, which we'll see as we carry on with it. Well, I kind of covered the story of it the last time, but we'll go through it again while I try to survive the onslaught of both the challenge and the channel point redemptions. This is, of course, the Pixel remaster as well. So we've just come off the back of Yakuza. I don't think I need to read the dialogue for folk, right? This is moving at its own pace too. I'm not the one pressing to progress here. But we've got here the princess of this castle watching as her father leaves on a giant dragon. Because something is wrong with the wind. The music itself is also remastered and people have rated it quite favourably. So we'll get to hear that ourselves too. And there he goes. Yeah, it will be interesting to get that on here. The soundtrack for the original version of this game is really, really good. It's also got one of the most famous recurring tracks in the series as well. But we're a good way away from that one. Oh. That's sudden. Everything just went silent too. There's the wind crystal itself, but something seems quite off. Of course, if you can't tell, the wind crystal governs the wind on this world. That's broken, the wind has stopped, things are not looking good. Here we are with our main character and his trusty Chocobo. I don't think Chocobos need any introduction in Final Fantasy. It wasn't in the other Final Fantasy game we played, in the first one. They were introduced in like the third game, I think. But yeah, Ascot. I don't need to say anything about them. They're a giant yellow horse bird. We need to look at the controls. Alright, so off we go. Let's go check out what's going on with that meteor. Alright, so we're gonna have to travel on foot from here. Good thing Boko is very reliable, very well trained. Boko's happy to just wait there for us. We're at the gate, we're going in for a battle. So the first Final Fantasy game we played was a turn-based kind of affair. This is sort of like that, but it works a little bit differently. You can see the bottom right, there's an ATB gauge, it's called, for active time battle. That will fill over time. Your speed kind of affects how quickly that will fill. Basically, you get a turn when it fills up. It's pretty straightforward. Things aren't just as cut and dry as you pick the actions for your party and then go. So there's the princess we just met earlier on. And we get to name our protagonist here. So I'm just going to stick with the default one. Is Bart's. But in the first English release of this game on the PlayStation 1, for some reason, they went with Butts. Like, they really went with Butts for his name in the original English release. It wasn't the best, that game wasn't the best translated thing. The translation for this one actually is based on, if I remember correctly, the Game Boy Advance release of the game, which was a retranslation of the whole thing based on slightly the WonderSwan version, I think. So it's been through a few iterations. Means though any errors in the old versions are probably gonna still be here too. But I might be wrong about that. So it's kind of weird that the one crystal shattered just as like this meteor landed. Maybe it was the impact, or maybe just piercing through the air. Can I ruin it? Nice one, Brez. A pretty good cause, especially with what's going on over there right now as well. So well in, pal. Alright, so we're hearing someone groaning over on the side here. In the decade, he'd have been Bart. Because this was released in the 90s, the S became a Z. Yeah, pretty much. I guess they wanted to avoid the Simpson thing, right? So they went with Butts back then too. Also, welcome in, CJ. How's it going? There's the old man we saw inside some weird rock before. Definitely not related to this meteorite at all. Classically named old man. All's well, my mate. Yep, all's pretty good too. Just going to be enjoying a nice challenge run for the next month, I think. Not quite as long as that, but close. This is Galuf. He's one of our 4 main characters. So unfortunately, poor Galuf here, in the... I guess, look how close he was to the meteorite, right? That collision hasn't done any good for his head. He can't really remember very much right now. Belena doesn't really have the time for us, us regular folk. Monarchy has bigger, more important business right now. So she's away to the wind train to check out on her dad, but Galuf is going to go and join her as well, because he feels like he was to go there as well. The only other thing he remembers... But on our end, well... we're not really interested, we're just a traveller. At least we're getting some recognition for fighting those goblins. Alright, so we're going to get back in control now. Over here is a hidden item. I'm not going to get all of these. Oh, come on. There it is. I'm not going to remember all of them. Like, for some reason, I play this game like every year because the Four Job Fiesta comes around every year. And I still... like forget so much. We're going to be struggling on boss fights. I'll have a strategy for like right there, and I just won't use it. We'll be getting stuff like that. I'm going to try to remember as we go along. It's really fun. But everyone knows how bad my memory is, famously, so it's fine. But I'll try and like grab all the secret stuff and show that off wherever I can. But we'll see how that goes. So, Bogo's misbehaving right now. But we're a bit of a chocobo whisperer. So, these quests right here, we can kind of figure out what Boko is looking for here. So, Boko, our pal here, is a bit concerned about the old man and the young lady who we had to rescue previously. There's a lot of goblins about. So, Boko kind of wants us to help them out a bit. And it just so happens that they're kind of nearby. We know if there's some goblins on the way. I'm going to stick the auto battle on and let that take care of itself, because right now we don't have very many actions. Like I said, the game is a very large job system. Large is not the word I want to go for, but screw it. There's a lot of jobs in the game, each with like different things you can do, but you need to unlock them first. Right now we haven't gotten to the unlock, so we are just a freelancer who can swing a sword and do nothing else. We're also low in health, which isn't looking good. It's a tutorial though. I'm sorry. It's a tutorial though, so it's kind of hard to fail it. Right, let's get out of here. So a little bit of time has passed, and these two are finally coming too. So what are we gonna do? It's covered in rubble as well. The tool is like a village to the north. It's a bit blocked off at the moment. Yeah, Gallo seems quite concerned about this wind shrine still. I mean, we can't blame him, we just saw the crystal there shatter, so... And the wind has stopped, so yeah. There we go. Bart's is offering to help them out now. The wind is calling me. And there's Galif calling us out. What's ready for... There we go. There must be a way to the wind shrine, so we're gonna go and find it. There we go. And the first way to do that is head north. It's the only other way we can go anyway. This part of the world map is quite limited, if you can't tell. It's quite isolated. So over here we've got a cave. A cave that nobody seems to recognize, as we'll see. Getting ahead of myself. Here we go. So unfortunately, we will be going without our chocobo from here on. A bit early in the game to get a mount, so... See you later, Boko. So a handy little thing to do is to gain some levels. It's a JRPG after all, right? So I'm going to fight a couple of things here, because this is an especially good spot, which I'll get to in just a moment. So just stick the auto battle on. We've got Lena and Galuf in our party now. Lena can do a bit of damage because she's got a knife on her. Galuf has nothing. All he's got are his fists, and those crabs, they've got a bit too much defense for him. So they're going to be a wee bit tricky for him for a little while. So down here, we have a nice little spring. Heals your HP, stats ailments, and brings anyone back to life. So we can quickly grind. I'm not going to be spending a long time here. We're just going to get a couple of levels because it can be done quite quickly. Just to make things a little bit easier going forward. I mean, we've got a healing spot right here for free. I'm going to be taking advantage of it. So we've got a couple of level 2s on them. I'll get one more level for them and then we'll be sorted. So just like 3 more fights or something and then we can move ahead. Already one shot on these bats. Steel bats, might I add. There we go, Bart's is level 3 already. It really is not much to level up in this game. Especially not right now. So there's like 3 different types of enemies here. We've only seen a couple of them. But they're not really anything worth talking about because again, we don't have any actions to work with. The game is only giving us attack and items right now. So it can't really do too much with the enemies at the moment either. Nice and simple. Got some devil crabs as well. As you can see, Gallop is doing 0 damage to them. Their defense is just too high. They've got a hard shell. And his knuckles aren't quite penetrating that shell. Twitter has exploded. In what way, Brez? Give us the gossip. Hell, I might fill the void while I fight a few things real quick. I need to know now. Alright, we should be getting a level 3. There we go, yep. Nice. Okay, how much is it for a level up? 22 for parts. You know what, we can probably get that quite quickly. Dunce has tweeted saying that the Lightyear movie should have an R rating. Oh, for God's sake. That's such a such a standard boring thing from those type of homophobic people as well. What an asshole. Like, a kiss is just a kiss. So yesterday was my turn to fight with Twitter. Today is Bretzio's turn. At least the stream is keeping me out of the trouble right now, huh? This sounds vile though. Not to read anything, just reading through. Oh, right, okay. You're exploring, you're navigating through the Twitter war, I see. Alright, let's move ahead just now. It's like, that Miss Marvel show started just recently, and I already saw, a bunch of, Christian folk being, we know the type of right-wing American Christian folks. It's not just, Christian people in general, but a specific kind, you know the type, getting really upset about how Captain Marvel's went from this lovely blonde Christian lady to, someone from another face, and they're really offended, and it's just who cares? Good, there's some variety in the cast here. Captain Marvel ain't going anywhere. She's still around. Let people have this. You know, the people I've spoke to, from similar, maybe not the same, some of them are the same, but similar kind of backgrounds, are really liking the Miss Marvel representation. Again, Lightyear, kiss is just a kiss. Who cares? It's super innocent. These people need a life. The person has to be exactly like me every single time. If the movie does not have me in it, I don't want to see it. Alright, up here we've got a ship still moving despite the lack of wind. Now there's no steam power in this world, so that's quite curious. But it does mean we might have a way forward then. So the mental gymnastics involved. Honestly, I don't really get it. It's really... no. I don't get it. I don't really see how it affects you that bad to not have basically yourself on the screen just once every now and then. And even then, Lightyear is the protagonist, right? Buzz Lightyear is the main character here. They still got their rep. Who cares if side characters or whatever either? Oh, no, straight and white versus the screen is part of an agenda. Yeah, right. There's that as well. Well, that's the thing too. Every single time, because I mean, if they're ethnic, if they're LGBT, QA plus, you know, I know, I see that a lot. People just like... You can't exist with it being an agenda. Like, people just... Ugh. I've seen as well. There was one thing that looked really bad too. What was it? So for Pride, one of the American military things, like, I don't know if it was a squad or if it was like the Navy, Marines, or Army or whatever, like one of these things anyway, had their folk marching with like the rainbow flag, right? And you've got like a proper conservative figure in America saying, oh, the army is now raising the flag of the enemy, and it's like, they're your people. What are you on about? Like, it's so vile, and it speaks volumes when they're regarding a whole demographic of people from their country as the enemy because they're not identical, exactly the same. Like, what is wrong with you? So we've got this ship here, and we're gonna just steal it. It can move by itself, so let's just nick it. Honestly, please, corrupt society. I think we'll be better off. It's like, I've seen as well, like, with the RMT stuff going on right now, with the union things, right? The media's quick to go, oh, this guy's a Marxist. Like, they're always, like, dismissing folk with labels. You're, like, LGBT, you're... you know, an ethnic minority, you're like political ideology slightly different. All of this means you're wrong and you're the enemy. Like, Jesus Christ. You know, see how like wrong it is to be in that mindset? Trying to steal my ship. So in the original English translation of this game, Faris spoke more like a pirate. They don't in this one. This one's a bit more accurate to who it was originally. Want fair pay? Okay, Carl. Yeah. It's like they want the rights for themselves, not for others. They want everyone else to lose their... Yes. Well, this is our party just finding out Elena is part of the monarch. Sir, this is a formal request from the Kingdom of Tycoon. I don't think you should really admit to that to pirates. Honestly, I should probably stay off the Twitter when I finish the stream, because I'm just going to get distracted from work and just argue with folk again, if that's what's going on right now. Do you know, right, you know how I said on my stream yesterday I had like 2 or 3 hours sleep or whatever? The reason for that is because I was just too busy arguing with people on Twitter. The dumbest waste of time, especially because these people don't budge. Like, they aren't actually interested in having a conversation. If you're at the door, yeah. They're like, why are you arguing with folk on Twitter now? But like, to be honest, it is kind of pointless arguing with them. I can't help myself. It's really pointless though, because they're not interested in that conversation. They don't care if they're right or wrong. It's not about the facts. It's like, again, an American conservative just recently said, like, liberals get quote unquote radicalized by like basically events, factual things, but this person was saying their conservative peers are radicalized by the way they're treated, and yeah, not by facts, but by their feelings, by their self-entitlement. That's what it's about. That's why you can't argue with them. I say as I do that anyway all the time. I just wear my feelings on my sleeve anyway, so that's a me problem. Nope. Galif is plain ignorant again. The convenient amnesia. Looking forward to uploading this VOD where we spend the first half hour of the stream talking about that. But you know what? Fine. That stuff, I hate it. I really hate the way folk are about these things. It's kind of, in this the game right now, it's kind of awkward having the text just like pop up instantly. It's so much easier when it's like, here's a small crawl as like it's read out, kind of like they're speaking. And maybe a setting I'll need to change. There's a very sudden dialogue change is a bit awkward. And yeah, it has become a more entrenched thing, Speaky Jonathan. So we're over with Faris right now. And they happen to have the same pendant as the Princess of Tycoon, whose pendant proves they're the Princess of Tycoon. So Faris is a bit confused by this, but maybe that'll work to our advantage. So there's a lot of like chat right now, a lot of dialogue in the game at the moment. This game has much more gameplay than it does cutscenes. We're just obviously at the big setup right now. We've got to unlock our ability to swap jobs. We've got to get the story kick off. So we'll be getting to a lot more gameplay soon. But today, I kind of figured the first stream of this was going to be like a lot of heavy setup anyway. Switch it to Pokemon Slow Crawl. Yeah, probably should do that. Let's see if there's a setting for it. I don't know if the Pixel Remaster does that. But I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. Also, I should probably point out I have modified the font. The original font for the Pixel Remaster is really bad in my opinion. It's really ugly and really hard to read. But we're using the Japanese text font for the game, so it's not like I've pulled a font out of nowhere from it. It is a font for the game. It just so happens the Japanese font has English characters that look good and more appropriate for the game, and not crushed and squashed up into a corner. So Faris has decided to help us out. Finally, we have procured our travel to the Wind Shrine. Yeah, it really, honestly, the only thing that looks really bad in this game is just the font. Everything else is like really nice. Everything else is really well done. Even the soundtrack is pretty well remastered so far. But the font, I do not understand the font choice. And when 1, 2, and 3 came out at the one time, everyone was complaining about the font. They didn't do anything about it. They just released 4, 5, and 6, staggered heavily, by the way, with the same ugly font. When they had a good font right there in the game. This is the Japanese font that comes with it. So how does the ship move without the wind? Well, it happens to be dragon powered. Meet our pal Sildra. It's a Tether 2 and there's multiple fun packs on the Nexus. Maybe I should have had a look there and see if there's any good ones, but I think, honestly, this one looks good enough, I think. Pretty readable. And there's no errors for it either. Alright, let's take a look at our settings real quick and see what we can do. Let's see, battle message is normal, that's fine. First memory, I kinda like that. Continue out battle, I kinda like that too. There's no graphic display. Oh yeah, we can do that, but that's not good for stream. No, nothing. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's not the most important thing, but it's a nice thing to have. So we can just set this on to auto travel for us, and we're going to accept this pirate's suggestion. They're going to take us to the Wind Shrine without us having to pilot it. So we can be the ones doing this if we want. I can take my hands off the controller for a second. Why not? There's a town we can go visit instead of doing this, but we're fine doing this, it's fine. I'm going to save just outside this Wind Shrine. Oh, I'm not going to save over my other save. Nope. We're not going to do that. I'm going to do that at some point in this stream. Maybe not necessarily this exact stream, but one of these streams I'm going to erase my actual save. I guarantee it. Alright, so it looks like some of the king's people are here already as well. So monsters have taken over the Wind Shrine too, which might be partly why the crystal shattered, perhaps. So the king's up on the top floor, but hasn't returned yet. Folks are kind of worried that something's happened to him. It's fine. We'll just go up to the top floor ourselves and take a look. All good. Incidentally, speaking of like areas with like a automatic healing. Automatic? What am I on about? With like really good healing. This has got it as well. So we have struggles with any of the monsters. My English is bad today. We struggle with any of the monsters. We can always pop down here and heal up. Let's see. There's a chest over there. I'm going to have to go get it, aren't I? Entangle means Gallivate ain't doing anything. But that's fine, because these kind of elements only last for the fight. Let's grab this chest. We've got a tent. Tents are like for healing in areas you can save. Fortunately, because we've done a little bit of leveling at the start of the game, this is actually not that difficult right now. And we've already got a save. So this is a consecrated circle. You can save the game, but this is like basically the only other place outside the open world you can use a tent in. Tents will recover your HP and your MP. Oh. Quite handy. We've got two directions we can go. Let's try this way first. One of these is correct, one of these is not. Like any game, we want to deliberately go the wrong way, not the correct way. So Bart is in front of the party, which usually means he'll be the one getting attacked the most. Lena's in second. We'll give them armor, which should defend them when they take hits. Again, so it's not confirmed. Well, I mean, it may be confirmed, but I don't know whether this is true or not. Like the previous Final Fantasy games, like Final Fantasy 1, which we played on stream, your party order affected your chance of that character getting hit in battle. So again, I'm not sure if that applies to Final Fantasy 5 specifically, but it can't hurt to keep them in an order based on their armor and stuff, just in case, right? Just found something spooky. Go for it. Oh, Faris is only just now level 4. Amazon are working on a service. Oh, right, yeah, to give a voice to deceased loved ones. That sounds so, like, open for abuse. Like, it sounds horrible. Not only is it just kind of creepy to just have, like, dead people talking to you to begin with, right? That's weird as it is. But, like, on top of that, and Galif has higher strength, so we'll give him the sword. You could exploit it, you could abuse it too. I could, like, I don't know, make someone I know that's alive, surely, say horrible things and get them in trouble, right? So, the thing with the transphobic person the other day, they had, like, someone shared Discord messages of, like, things they'd said and claimed they were being transphobic, right? Now, those Discord messages, honestly, looked really suspect. Like, they looked doctored. Everything about them suggests they're fake, right? And everyone was immediately jumping on this person for them anyway, without checking to see if it was real or anything else, right? Imagine if you could do that to your voice. No, honestly, right, this person was actually transphobe. They went and proved it by how they responded to this anyway, so, like, it's a big whatever at that point. For all I know, the person who shared the Discord messages done it to just kind of, because they lacked the actual evidence, but the guy was really behaving that way. The point is, you can do that with Discord messages, which you can Photoshop. Can you imagine doing that with, like, someone's voice? Imagine just making someone's voice say things that they would never say. Like, it's so dodgy. We're gonna just heal up over here. In fact, if I remember correctly, right? You know this TTS stuff? Even that's already up for like exploitation like that anyway. There was a voice actress who done the character in like that Genshin Impact game. And people use samples of her voice to I think they ran it through machine learning or something to like create a TTS using her voice, and they were using that TTS to say horrible, horrible things. Yeah, there's always, without fail, if there's a weird, dodgy technology thing, Black Mirror gets a mention straight out of the bat, out the gate, off the bat, whatever. Everything is Black Mirror, yeah. As if it's the originator of this sort of thing. Yeah, people already abuse TTS for stuff like that. Can you imagine what they'll do with something like what Amazon's producing? So here's our boss fight. This should be easy enough. Again, if you can only attack, the game can't make this too difficult. We're going to put it in auto and see what our party does. And when I say auto, see what our party does, they will automatically use the action I set them up for previously. Look at that. Quick and easy. That's what the levels were for. That boss fight can be a bit of a headache for people sometimes. Well, it turns out that's not the real boss fight. Something much worse is coming. We've got some new enemies here. The Manny Wizards. I couldn't tell you anything about them. I killed them pretty quick enough. Wait, that was the boss fight. I feel like I remember something else being in the way. Well. So here we go. The crystal's shattered, as we know. Where the heck is Lena's dad, though? Also, the pieces of the crystal shards. They're behaving a bit weirdly as well. We've got courage, the essence of flame. There's another crystal. But right now it looks like our party of 4 are receiving the crystal's blessing. Devotion to the essence of water. Judging by the colours, we've got ourselves here the earth crystal. I'll be going straight to Galuf. Oh, the essence of earth. And we've still got the wind crystal here, right? That goes to Bart's. Passion, the essence of wind. So we've just received the crystal's essences. Whatever that could mean. There's the King and Tycoon. And that's us, now officially the Warriors of Light. It's a common thing in the Final Fantasy series. Typically the kind of heroes are referred to as like the Warriors of Light. Especially in the more classic fantasy setting games. Usually they're associated with crystals as well, like these ones. Unfortunately, it seems like an evil is awakening. An ancient evil, perhaps? As the trope goes. And there he goes. Alright, so what's going on with these pieces of crystal now? Hey Cashbug, welcome in. Within the power of Warriors of Legend. So we've got Knight, Monk, Blue Mage, Thief, Black Mage, and White Mage. The classic Final Fantasy jobs right there. So as this is the Four Job Fiesta run, I have to be assigned one of these jobs right now. And all 4 of my characters must be that job. The job we've unlocked is actually Blue Mage, which is a really, really quirky, unusual job, which we'll get to shortly. Yeah, Cashy, so this is a remaster, more of a remake to be honest, of like Final Fantasy V, which was an SNES game. Again, I think that was like 1995 it came out. I haven't checked. It's something like that. Yeah, Blue Mage is a very interesting start job. So, Blue Mage was the kind of job I would always kind of overlook and not really touch because it's a little bit complex to kind of complete properly. I'll explain the mechanisms for it in a minute. Hold on a second. Here's our pal Boko again. We're not going to take the tutorial. I know what I'm doing here. I've played this game multiple times. I've beaten it a few times now. It's such a pleasant graphic style, isn't it? Yeah. So Blue Mage, I overlooked it for the longest time until my first ever Four Job Fiesta run, where I was assigned Blue Mage right at the start. And the fun thing about Blue Mage is actually really, really, really good, and it quickly became one of my favorite Final Fantasy jobs, like, period. It's fantastic, honestly. So again, everyone needs to be Blue Mage right now, because it's the only job we've been given by the bot. When we get to the next crystal, we'll unlock another job, and basically that's the point. Every time we reach a crystal, we will unlock some new jobs in the game, and the bot will assign it to us. There we go, we've got our 4 Blue Mages. Quina made me a Blue Mage fan. Quina is so good, by the way. I kind of wish they'd touch up the translation on how they refer to Quina, though. But yeah, Quina's fantastic. Let's see. Kind of sad playing Pokemon Shield because you miss the graphics. Honest though, as much as I miss some of the old graphics of these games, I will say Shield is kind of like... Oh, we can't go this way anymore. Shield is really charming. Like Sword and Shield, I find the sort of British countryside aesthetic in that game in particular, the way like those Japanese devs see that place, as like really endearing and really charming. Alright, the pirates of their party want their grog, so they're away. I'm actually kind of... It's the most minor sequence break, but we're slightly sequence breaking here. So I'm going to quickly go do something just to make a point of it. So once we try to leave, Faris will join us again. Trying to give me a slip, think not. Right, come on in, Faris. The dialogue around him was a bit awkward looking back at it. Such a good character. It is strange dialogue because there's a really, really simple solution to how to handle that particular kind of dialogue, and the localizer didn't think of it, but it wasn't also a thing that was drawn as much attention to at the time, so I don't really... It's just one of those things. It's just kind of awkward. The Quina themselves is like fantastic, honestly. What a character. At some point I will be covering Final Fantasy IX as well, so I'm looking forward to that. So, right, okay, the way out from this area is locked. We need to get a key. That's Sheepy Boy warming up my hard drive. Give me a second, I'll run the redemption again. So you're not going to frighten me this time with it. I'm not going to be jumping at my chair this time at least. There we go. Welcome in, Sheepy Boy. The boat's here. Yeah, it's the tiny. You know, it's a tiny little boat here, but when you're on it, it's actually pretty big. Right, so we're gonna go and collect some items before we progress. Yeah, me and my hard drive, you know. All right, so we can find items here. So this game has a lot of hidden paths like this as well. if you get the thief job, you're able to have an ability that will show you them. Again, I'll be using these if I can remember them. If I can't remember them, then tough, I guess. Monsters in the chest. Spend breads. When I next get paid, the Twitch payment was originally going to go towards a webcam, but I think I'm going to have to get a hard drive with it instead, a good SSD to run all the stream assets on. Alright, so let's see. There should be 2 more shoes littered around here that we can take for ourselves. Now let's give Bart this one right now. So the shoes are an accessory. This one increases your defense. There we go. I think there's one of them in... There we go, that's a potion though. So Zoc is someone Lena knows. We actually need to speak to them to get the key for the lock in there. Like, there we go. The Torna Canal was built by this person, and that's the area we're locked out of right now. So obviously we can get a key off them. But first I'm going to look around a bit more and try and get some more shoes. Crash Cam is temporarily gone at the moment because it will display over the Four Job Fiesta banner, and I don't really want to... Like, that's more important than like a dumb gag. I'll probably move it at some point, and I need to fix something in Emmy because it wasn't really randomizing things properly. It'll be easy to fix. I've just not gone around to it yet. I think there should be one more shoe about somewhere. Maybe if I go back in here. I'm a disembodied voice. I don't know what anyone's talking about. Rez is absolutely lying. No such thing exists. Sentient goldfish. See, there we go. Biggie Jonathan gets it. Right, we're going to grab another broadsword. One more actually. Broadswords are good. Blue mages are like physically capable of fighting as well as casting magic. There we go. I swear there was one more pair of leather shoes somewhere around here. I can't seem to find them. Alright, let's get some armor while we're here. So the shield, nobody can use it. Leather cap, we can get 2 more of those. I tell you, Les Games was not a friendly place to be a goldfish in a bowl, I tell you that. Then again, nowhere is safe for a goldfish in a bowl. Even the bowl's not safe for the goldfish. I don't know what I'm on about. There's one more pair of shoes, but I think we'll just have to leave it be just now. So I am a blue mage, which means magic. This is a magic store. We cannot get anything out of it because blue mage magic is quite unconventional. And I'll show you shortly when we go unlock the next one. So, there's a possibility we might get a job that needs these pianos. Which means we need to clear the path to get there. Anyone who sits in this first stool gets a special dance. So while they're all having fun dancing in a spot, what we're going to do is sneak out. While they're busy, let's play a tune. They are dancing, yeah. So, Bart isn't really good at the piano right now, but if we play every piano in the game, which of there, I think there's like 9 of them total, it'll be really good if we end up getting Bard. Bard is like a really, really good job in the game, but it comes a lot later on, so I'm kind of doing it now just in case I get it. And here is a cutscene, an optional one. So we're going to go check in Faris. And our characters are going to be behaving a little bit strange. A little bit might be an understatement. So Galif is going to see what the fuss is about. Great Caesar's ghost. There's Ferris back up. Bit of an odd scene, but there we go. Easy to miss as well if you don't visit the inn. Sadly, the inn does not have any spare shoes to steal. I have no idea where that... You know, every time I've played this game, I've always, without fail, gotten that pair of shoes. But for the life of me, I can't figure out where it is. Poor Galliv here is without any. Maybe it's in here. Nope. And what's this kid saying? Hey, stop! I don't think it does anything. Okay, cool. We're just going to progress. Maybe it's inside here, actually. Who knows? This is Zok's house. This is Lena's friend, or acquaintance anyway, Zok. So, hopefully, he can give us the key to get through the canal. Oh, some bad news though. The canal has a horrible monster making it its lair. And he's also lost the key. That's also happened, so that's not good either. How do you lose a key to the canal though? Like, that's really important. At the very least though, we can kind of rest and recover a little bit. We're going to go over time just a tiny touch. I want to get to this boss fight. This is a really great opportunity to show off Blue Mage, and also one of the changes made to it in this version of the game. I keep my canal key somewhere safe. Yeah, exactly, right? Everyone's canal key has got to be kept somewhere safe. So Bart's is remembering something about his dad and the crystals right now. We're going right back to his childhood. Never tell Bart about the crystals. So everyone in this world knows about the crystals, so he must be meaning something a bit more specific than that. Maybe he was meaning something like what we're going through right now as a Warrior of Light. Zok, no, please. And just hang over her like that. She's not like a kid anymore. Bart says no parents again. Again? I mean, I guess we're playing this for the second time on stream, but a weird sentence. So it turns out Zok didn't lose the canal key though. He's actually had it all along. And that'll get us to Walls where the water crystal is. He was worried for Lena's safety, so he hid the key. And then he just lied to us about it. It's fine, Zok, because I've got an easy way of beating this boss. We're gonna go get it. So the boss we're gonna be fighting is actually really deadly. But we're gonna be laughing at it. Probably. Now, does Zok have any shoes we can steal? I mean, borrow. I can't find any shoes. God damn it. Alright. There's supposed to be a third pair of shoes somewhere. Maybe I didn't check this place properly enough. One last search. Okay, let me in. Okay. We're getting a tutorial. Party order isn't just the only thing going on in this game. You can kind of change the row someone's on to. If they're in the front row, they'll take more physical damage, but they'll do more physical damage. And if you're in the back row, you'll take less physical damage and do less physical damage. So, like, if you're a mage, you want to be in the back row, basically. Empty, thanks. No, don't need that. Come on, someone, please, I beg you, have a pair of shoes. This is... Oh, crap. No, I don't need to learn about this. No, don't. I don't know, I found it so easy to get all 3 leather shoes last time, but I don't remember for the life of me where this other leather shoe is, so I guess we're done. We will leave with just 2 pairs instead of 3. Let's get going. It looks like the pirates have had their grog as well. Well, had their fill of grog, sorry. But they will not be joining us on this journey. Even though I'm pretty sure it'd be much easier if we had a crew of pirates to also launch at our enemies. But Faris wants to go this sort of alone. There we go. See, unfortunately, Faris needs someone to guard their hideout, just so nobody steals their booty, so to speak. There we go, they've agreed. Wind at your back, Captain. Right, so let's hop on the ship, get our little cutscene again, and then we'll go prepare for this boss fight. Helena right now is a bit concerned about her dad and the state of the world. So when the wind crystal goes, the air starts to get stagnant and even the birds can't fly anymore. Stagnant air obviously is not very healthy air for us to live and breathe in. So that's a bit of a disaster already, to be honest with you. There's 3 other crystals that govern other elements. And our job is to protect them, because if they all go, then we're talking about an apocalyptic scenario, I guess. But it's kind of a slow decline too. So Lena's saying here, nothing would happen, but over a long time, the world will decay. So the earth decays, the seas would grow dirty, and fire would lose its heat. That's an apocalyptic scenario right there, I think. Oh, has Galuf remembered something? No, he's just sure that he's gonna be helping us here, given what we're talking about. Gotta help save the world, right? Paris is still interested in the King of Tycoon as well. Sounds like a dreadful scenario. Yeah, tell me about it, right? So, they're asking if Bartz wants to come along with them, but I don't think he has much choice. The crystal kind of chose him as well. Yeah, like, things change. Do you want to really turn your back on this world when you can be the one to save it? There we go. We're given the power to protect the world, the power of the wind crystal. So, Bartz is in. He doesn't take much convincing here. He knows what he's got to do, and he knows there's a connection to what his dad done previously too. Right, so it's time to get into what is going on with Blue Mage. So first we're going to sail down here and get back to this cave. We're not going to be going through, well, we can go through the whole cave, I suppose. There's something at the end of it. Like, Boko's gone. But it looks like Boko went inside. So let's go check up on our pal. But before we do that, let's take auto battle off. And let's wait for a moment. You'll understand why I'm waiting in just a second once it procs. So we're not taking much damage because our defense is actually really good. And this is like a low level weak enemy, so we're pretty safe. But there's something of interest about this enemy for us as blue mages. And weirdly, this bat is refusing to do it. There we go, vampire. We can kill it now. And as you can see in the victory screen, we have learned vampire. I like that it uses the old font. So let's go take a look at that. Check our blue mage. We have vampire, which absorbs HP from one enemy. Blue mages don't learn magic in a traditional sense. You learn it from enemies. Blue magic is essentially monster magic. So vampire here is an incredibly good spell. Not quite as good as it is in the Game Boy Advance version of the game, but effectively, how do I explain this in a clearer way? So like, it's hard to show on this because we're taking no damage too. You take damage, right? Your health is obviously not going to be at your max HP anymore, right? So vampire in the Game Boy Advance version will do damage to the enemy equal to how much HP you've lost from your max and recover it. In this it'll only do, it's half as effective. But yeah, it lives up to the name vampire. You're doing damage to the enemy, taking health back, and it's like 50% of the difference to full healing. Basically, I hope that makes sense. I know, it's an easy concept, but a weirdly hard one to describe. But yeah, all of our blue mages now have that. You only need one blue mage to learn it, for the whole party to learn it. So, over here, excuse me, thank you. As you can see, we found Boko. Blue mage in the GP version is especially OP as hell, Spooky Jonathan. And it's going to make this next boss laughable, and you'll understand why when we get there. But poor Boko has gotten hurt. So he followed us into the cave and got injured, but the local pirate mage, which is a thing, the local pirate healer, has put Boko to human bed and is helping Boko recover. See you later, pal. Get better soon. Am I got any shoes? Come on, nobody's got any shoes. No. Yeah, I love you. Oh, right. None of that. That would make this R-rated, remember, according to the Twitter backlash earlier. We can't have any of that. So that door's kind of sealed, but there's a switch right here, which should open it. And I don't remember what's inside there, so let's go find out together. Our local pirate mage, yeah. Got an ether, we've got a tent, 300 gil, and still no shoes. Damn. You know what, maybe it was the wind shrine, which I'm not going to go back to. I'm not going to go back to the wind shrine for like a pair of shoes. There's a stropper. I don't think we fought any of those last time, weirdly enough. But they're just a regular enemy in this area too. Or maybe we did and I just all battled through them without paying any attention. Instantly I forgot and I've just realised. Let's give Faris some gear as well. There we go. Wait, Faris can equip the leather shield. I thought we couldn't. Oh well, doesn't matter. I keep switching off the auto battle because the game defaults to like having to reset it every single time. Get through here. Resetting it. Encounter rate might seem a little bit high right now, but it's not so bad later on. There's been a few times on stream where I try to like feint a particular enemy for like a drop. Oh my god, waiting for a battle to happen was a nightmare. We may as well heal while we're here. Well, okay. We may as well kill some bats while we're here. We one-shot them, so it doesn't matter. So, as you can see, when we get a back attack, we're put into the back row or front row. We swap row compared to what we had before. So if we were front row, we're in back. If we're in back row, we're in front. As you can see, we're doing less physical damage, but I'd say we're taking less damage, but you can't take any less than 0. We're pretty OP for this dungeon, but there we go. We master check as well. So if you get a job level up, you get a new ability. So let's jump over here real quick. So check allows you to have a look at what the enemy's HP is, because if you haven't noticed, there's no like health thing anywhere. Alright, so let's get it here. There's some goblins here we might want to fight as well, so give it a second. Right, nobody fight. Okay, everybody fight. So we've just learned Goblin Punch. Goblin Punch is a weird one. Don't know if I'll describe it. Attacks one enemy with a goblin strength. At the top of my head right now, I don't remember how it works. There's a gimmick to it. But I don't really remember how that works. One thing I'm going to do as well, real quick, before we get into this fight, is grab some potions so we can heal out of battle. This is the store for it. This is not the store for it. Okay, yeah. This is the bar. Where is this item store at? It's at the inn. It's always in the inn. Don't know why I didn't pick that. Here we go. Oh, hold on a minute. Do you have any shoes? No. Oh, just buy. Yeah, this should do us plenty. 1000 gil for like 25 potions. It's something like that, yeah. It is a level based thing, I believe. Yeah, you're right. But I don't really remember the specifics of it. Alright. So let's go deal with this boss fight. First things first, we need to unlock the door. There we go. Where did we get the key? Well, doesn't matter. We're not going to tell them that Zoc lied to them. Alright, and that's us now in the canal finally. With a bunch of Octokraken. I should have healed while I had the chance in the village. Also, I forgot to auto battle again. I've switched it off. We're just standing there taking damage for no reason. Got a potion at least. I may as well use it. So let's heal up Faris and Elena. There we go. Preemptive strike means we get first hit, so these guys are not going to survive the turn. Where's Speaker Jonathan? Catch you later. Alright, here we go. The monster of the canal. What's it going to be? Thunder and Typhoons. Okay, we're getting sucked into this whirlpool here. That is not good at all. Even Sildra's not helping us here. A whirlpool inside a canal though. Come on, Sildra, get us out of here. And here comes the boss. Right, so this boss... Yeah, so for a start it can kind of stun us. Let's check how much HP it's got total. Tail Screw is really dangerous. As you can see, it brings you down to 1 HP. So we're going to Vampire it. And that'll give us HP back. So, the thing is, right, it basically means that it's like 1 HP hit is going to be its own death. Every time it does big damage to us, it means we can do big damage back to it. Let's just Vampire. Now in the Game Boy Advance version of the game, this is even more insane. Because if I'm brought down to 1 HP, then that means I get to do, say, 115 damage for free to it and get a full heal back. It's really nuts. So everyone's now low on HP, so we're going to start spamming Vampire. Again, 50% of a full heal isn't anywhere near as potent. Like by a mile. But it's still like pretty good. Especially when you've got a boss that brings you to 1 HP. It means it's going to be really hard for the boss to kill us. Who we're playing as? Okay, we'll just attack. Never mind. Everyone's stunned. Tail Screw, that means Vampire. This boss is making it really easy for us right now. Vampire again. Galliv is not looking too good, and he's also a bit too paralyzed to heal himself, so we're gonna have to chuck a potion his way. Never mind, where everyone else is down. There we go. So long as they can survive a feeler hit, we're alright. Lena's not looking too good right now either. We'll check a potion her way. And Faris can use Vampire. Wait, no, I'm Bartz. I've already lost track of who I'm playing as. Whoops. So yeah, as you can see, this boss fight, really straightforward. Pretty easy. Keep myself healed up with Vampire. And just do a big murder. If my health is pretty good, just chuck out some sword attacks. And there we go, that's the boss. It's a really easy first boss, but if you're not a blue mage, it can be a bit more tricky, because obviously you don't have Vampire to kind of bank on. If you've got white mage in your party, you can heal up at least, but if you're anything else, it can be a bit of a struggle. Because the boss will constantly paralyze you and bring you down to 1 health. Sildra has managed to save us from the Whirlpool too, but unfortunately, Sildra's caught in it. Hopefully Sildra makes it out okay. Paris wants to jump in the water to go help Sildra, but that's going to be no good. They won't be able to help Sildra at all, unfortunately. Come on, Sildra. You can get out of there. Sildra got swallowed up. Hopefully they're still okay. Just somewhere else now. And now without Sildra, we're left to drift in the water with no wind to propel us either. Just wherever the current is going to take us. Paris, of course, is not doing very well. They've just lost one of their best pals. They mentioned earlier, Sildra's been with them since they were a child. They grew up together. So this is a really dire situation. We're stuck in this canal. At least this is a canal and not like an ocean, but this canal is huge. We're stuck here without any means of moving beyond just where the currents take us. Again, I'm not in control here. We're going to watch the ship do its own thing. It was a pirate ship for a big crew, so at the very least, I reckon they've got enough supplies to do a crew larger than themselves. It should last a little while at least, okay. And here we are. We don't know how much time has passed, but a fair bit has, that's for sure. And we've found ourselves landed somewhere. Crashed into somewhere more likely. We are in the graveyard of the sea. This is where all abandoned and sculpted ships end up, and it's also a nest for the undead. So here we go, ship graveyard. We jump down here. There should be... Not here. Then here. A healing point. So there we go, we've recovered after that boss fight. Nothing to loot from our own ship. We're gonna have to abandon this now. Alright. Let's step into this ship graveyard. No, let's step back into our own ship apparently. And here we go. We're already fighting some skeletons. So I can't use vampire here. Healing items and healing spells that like absorb undead will do damage to us and heal them. Like healing stuff works in reverse for when the undead are involved. So we need to be careful about that. Vampire is going to be no good here. Fortunately, we have a giant broadsword, every one of us, so they're nothing. It's fine. We just need to watch our health as we continue to slash away at us. Over here we can find a world map. Except I don't think you can use it in this game. I think because we've already got the world map unlocked. And here's some Cal Crystal. I could not tell you what those are. They look like spirits though. Maybe I'll do a wee Google on them. What is a Cal Crystal? All I'm finding is Final Fantasy V. So crystal slugs, apparently. I could not tell you what the deal those enemies are. Alright, we've got another tent as well. That'll be good for healing. We got back attacked, so we're into the back row. We're not going to take as much damage from these skeletons, but we're also going to dish it out a lot slower too. And we don't really have particularly good magic right now. It's taken all four of us, and we're still not killing these enemies. Okay, we're going to have to change row. This is not a safe position to be in. So it takes a turn to change row. Once we're there, we're going to do a lot more damage. As you can see though, we're taking a lot more damage as a result. But it won't take us like an entire party attack to not even kill one enemy. What a difference that makes. And we got a bunch of level ups as well. Nice. So everyone's level 7 except Faris. So Faris is worried about getting soaked, as if they'll melt. Away into the water we go. I'm pretty sure there's no like drowning mechanic in this, but if you're ever worried, you can step onto this box to get out of the water for just a moment. Get a bit of air, you know. There's a pirate box. There's someone's loot. Ours now though. So this enemy is a little bit different than anything we've fought before. This is a golem. High defense, high damage, but we're fine. We're safe. Now, as always, find the wrong direction before you find the correct direction. Here we go. Paris is level 7 now as well. I think this way looks like the correct way, so we're going to go this way first. We're going to go into the water and get into a fight, apparently. Now this is us stuck in the back row again, but it's just one enemy, so I'm not going to fret it too much and we'll just attack them. There we go. 5 hits and they're down. A Phoenix down. I've not explained that before, but a Phoenix down is... sorry, pardon me. It revives unconscious characters. Now this is quite the enemy formation. Oh, Faris, I've just seen you right now. You need a heal. Never mind. So, mind what I was explaining about the Phoenix down? Well, I guess you get to see in action now. I need to remember to watch my HP. Hey man, welcome in.
No, I don't need a heartbreak. I don't need to save you. 'Cause I gotta be you. 'Cause I gotta be you.
There we go. There's Mr. Libido from Yakuza 0 right there. We've not seen him in a little bit. Alright, let's check our health here. We could probably vampire the undead husk again, but everything else we won't be able to. So let's attack with you, attack with you, and we'll heal Bart's with vampire. We're getting close to needing some vampires for everyone, but we should be alright to finish this up. Faris... Oh, well, never mind. Faris cannot vampire anymore. The enemy's dead. Right, come on. If we can get to safety, then we won't need to worry too much about their health anymore. I've got 3 skeletons here. Just regular attack. Again, vampire will kill us on undead enemies. Make sure everyone's attacking and now auto battle. Critical attack, that's pretty hurtful. Still not out. Okay. Chuck a potion around the place and we're good. Yeah, Minner, yes it is that time already. And guess what I got? Blue Mage. Once again, I have won. Before it's even started, I won. There's a fish in my shorts. Alright, Bart's. There we go, we found a safe room. So, Lena's gonna go change into something dry. Meanwhile, the guys are gonna just dry their clothes by the fire. Faris has decided they're not going to change. They're not going to deal with that. But Gallup is kind of worried about, you know, catching pneumonia in wet clothing. Which is going to lead to a bit of an awkward scene. Gallup's realization right here. So Faris is actually a woman, but she's been hiding her identity from the pirates because it's a little bit dangerous to be a woman with a bunch of pirates. She definitely identifies as a she as far as the writing in the game's concerned as well, for clarity's sake. The masculine thing is a disguise. Make fun of me for being a woman and I'll shiver your timbers, but good. Alright, and it's time for the party to sleep. There's no save here still, which is a concern. It's been a little while since I've been able to save the game. I was supposed to finish half an hour ago. We're still not at a save point. Game, please give me one soon. I'm in need of one. I managed to play this game in a lunch stream setup before without ever going over that badly. I like that, you know, not my really bad habit of going over the game. Is just like, yeah, no saves for you. It's fine. In the room Lena was getting changed in? I think so, yeah. Paris is who she is. There we go. Any shoes? There it is. Our save point. We're finishing as a level 7 party of blue mages. I've got no idea what we're unlocking next time, but hopefully in the next stream next week we will be unlocking our second job and seeing what we've got. But for the time being, that's gonna have to be the stream. I am 30 minutes over my lunch break. To be honest, I'm not needed for anything. It's not that bad. There's no meetings or anything, but we're probably gonna have to stop there just because, you know, I can't keep taking the piss, you know? About this schedule, as you can see, Yakuza 0 is back tomorrow. We're doing one more Yakuza 0 stream. I can, but I shouldn't. Abender, yesterday I started my lunch stream at 1 PM and I didn't finish playing on stream until 4 PM. I was basically almost finished work. I ended up working in the evening to make up for it though, so like I can do stuff like that, it's fine, but it's not ideal. So yeah, Yakuza 0 returns one final time tomorrow. We're gonna party out just before the weekend. We're gonna do karaoke, we're gonna do disco dancing, we're gonna have a good time in the game's side content. And we're gonna enjoy ourselves a good Friday night during the day. But that'll be it for Yakuza 0 because next week the schedule is changing. We'll be doing the Four Job Fiesta all week round. Also, tomorrow at 5:30 PM is the start of the MGS 5 Phantom Pain runs. It's going to be an experience to say the least. I haven't played the game in so long. I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve, but I don't know if I can pull them off anymore. So we'll see how that goes. I went from S rank in every mission to probably getting like D's and E's and everything now, so that'll be a fun time. But yeah, so that's going to be it for today. Thank you everyone for joining me. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for the finale. Well, not the story finale, but the final of the Yakuza 0 streams. And I'll hopefully catch you tomorrow for the MGS 5 as well. But if not, Monday, 1 PM to 2 PM, we will be playing some Final Fantasy 5 Four Job Fiesta and seeing what our second job's going to be. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks for continuing to make this a really fun experience for me, and I'll see you all later on. I say, but I forgot to check something. So hold up, don't run away just yet. Is there anyone online? Nobody. I would. Well, Argy Barmies is on, so we're gonna go raid Argy Barmies, who, guess what, completed the Deathless. Argy Barmies has done the Deathless Bloodborne, so now we're on the Hitless run. So hang around, we're gonna go raid Argy Barmies and see how the Hitless is going. So stick around during the credits and the raid will happen by itself. But once again, to repeat myself, thank you very much everyone for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time. Take care folks.
closer.